9 former high school friends reunite for a camping trip in the woods, unaware that their past sins will soon catch up to them in the most horrifying way imaginable. The group consists of Ryan, the former valedictorian, her boyfriend PJ, a rock drummer, Ezra, the popular boy, his girlfriend Sitchi, Shay and Bobby, another couple, Amber and her brooding partner, Kato, and finally, Erin, the quiet and reserved girl. Although the gathering is meant to be a fun reunion, old tensions begin to surface. Sissy is particularly uneasy, excusing herself to drink alone in her tent. She confides in Amber that she suspects Ezra is cheating on her. Meanwhile, Erin finds herself struggling with painful memories. Her high school boyfriend, Caleb, died of a drug overdose at a party, an event that still haunts her. Her complicated past with Kato adds another layer of discomfort. As night falls, the group slowly prepares for bed, but Erin notices a shadowy figure in the woods. Before she can react, she is knocked unconscious. The 9 friends wake up to a nightmare. They are wearing vests with glowing screens and realize they were drugged. Their cars are gone, and Bobby is missing. A hooded man steps forward, gun in hand. They soon recognize him as their former science teacher, Mr. Peterson, Caleb's father. His once respected presence is now terrifying, and his words confirm their worst fears. Peterson blames them for his son's death and his wife's subsequent suicide. He tells them that only one will survive and activates the timers on their vests. Then, without hesitation, he shoots himself in the head. Panic erupts. Ryan deduces that Peterson must have had a car nearby, suggesting they find it and escape. Meanwhile, Ezra snatches Peterson's gun. As he ventures into the woods, he stumbles upon Bobby, bound and gagged with his vest flashing red. When freed, Bobby confesses that Peterson blackmailed him into luring them there, threatening to expose his secret bisexuality. However, before Bobby can explain further, his timer reaches 0, and he explodes into pieces. The friends scatter in terror. PJ's vest glows red, signaling he has the least time left. He calls out for Ryan, who rushes to him. Desperate to save him, they are interrupted by Shay. In the chaos, PJ accidentally knocks her out. Moments later, Shay dies, and PJ's timer absorbs her remaining time, turning blue. Shaken, PJ and Ryan reunite with the others and explain what happened. It becomes clear that the only way to survive is to kill each other and steal time from the deceased. Fear turns to paranoia. The friends form shaky alliances, but it isn't long before Sissy, her timer flashing red, snaps. Fueled by betrayal over Ezra's infidelity, she attempts to kill him but fails. The group scatters again. Ezra, now desperate, teams up with Erin, proposing they find the road and escape. Meanwhile, Ryan and PJ search their campsite for a spare phone. They find one, but there's no signal. Sissy, now completely unhinged, lurks in the woods with a knife. She ambushes Kato and Amber, but hesitates to kill Amber. Kato, however, seizes the moment to expose Amber's secret. She was the one Ezra cheated with. Sissy turns on Amber, but before she can strike, Amber reveals she is pregnant. Unconvinced, Sitchi stabs her. Wounded but defiant, Amber retaliates, slashing Sissy's throat. Amber absorbs her time and becomes the new frontrunner, while Erin is now the most vulnerable. Amber and Kato realize they share a brutal mindset. To survive, they must eliminate everyone. They form a pact to kill the others and split the winnings. Meanwhile, Ryan manages to get a signal and calls her father, a police officer. He doesn't answer, which alarms her. He always picks up. She tracks his phone and discovers he is only 400 yards away. Erin and Ezra are the first to find Mr. Miller, Ryan's father, tied to a tree with a vest. Bleeding out, he reveals a shocking truth. Caleb's death was no mere overdose. Further tests showed he had consumed 5 times the lethal dose of the drug, meaning someone had intentionally poisoned him. Before Erin can process this, Ezra realizes Mr. Miller's time is almost up. He executes him to transfer the time to Erin, ensuring she survives a little longer. Disgusted, Erin watches as Ezra disappears, claiming he knows who killed Caleb. Meanwhile, Cato finds Ryan and PJ. Pretending to be wounded, he tricks them into lowering their guard before attacking. PJ fights back, but Cato is relentless. However, PJ manages to stab Cato's foot and escapes. Before Ryan can intervene, Amber ambushes her. The two struggle, but Ryan manages to escape. Ezra, determined to confront Caleb's killer, finds Cato and accuses him. He recalls that Cato hated Caleb and had ordered drugs the night of his death. Cato, unfazed, claims Ezra is just as vile and is only accusing him to justify murder. Ezra lunges with an axe, wounding Cato's face. For a moment, Cato seems to surrender. But it's a ruse. He slits Ezra's throat open with a crowbar. As Ezra falls, Cato realizes he has the least time remaining. Elsewhere, Erin stumbles upon Amber, who pretends to be injured before attacking her. Erin screams in pain as Amber stabs her thigh. The cries reach PJ, who rushes to help, picking up Ezra's gun. He orders Amber to stop and tells Erin to flee. Cato soon arrives, and PJ urges them to head back to camp to disable the vests. But Cato refuses to take chances. He attacks PJ, who barely fights back, begging Cato to stop. Pretending to hesitate, Cato suddenly shoots PJ in the head. He then turns on Amber, killing her with his axe to claim her time. Now, Ryan is the one whose timer is about to run out. She finds Peterson's body and the remote control. Pressing it, all the vests turn red, their timers set to mere seconds. Erin arrives, and they debate pressing the button again, but Ryan fears it could kill them all. Cato appears, triumphant and bloodied, admitting to killing PJ and Ezra. Enraged, Ryan attacks and stabs him in the arm. She and Erin flee, but a grim realization dawns on Ryan: there isn't enough time left. One of them has to die. She turns the gun on Erin, accusing her of hiding the truth about her father's death. Erin swears she didn't kill him, blaming herself for Caleb's fate instead. Overwhelmed, Ryan confesses she was the one who drugged Caleb. She only wanted to sabotage his GPA to secure a scholarship but miscalculated the dose. Her father helped cover it up. Accepting her fate, Ryan gives Erin the gun and tells her to end it. But before Erin can respond, Cato ambushes them, stabbing Ryan through the eye. Victorious, he raises his axe, but Erin shoots him in both knees. As he collapses, he mocks her, claiming she was always the weak one. Erin realizes she doesn't need to kill him, just outlast him. Cato watches in horror as his timer runs out, and he explodes. The game is over. Erin is the sole survivor. The vest's screen displays a message. Congratulations. The last player standing, she screams into the silence of the forest, surrounded by the bodies of her former friends.